least make it a workable system. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
I need to make a comment, but I need to also get thoughts.
Representative Smith, I'll make a comment before you do, Representative Smith. It's always interesting to me to discuss these types of things, like the last bill that Representative Jacobson, the personal experience that he had in the field, and the pain and the suffering that he's seen. I mean, it really touches my heart. It really does. When I think about Representative Curtis and her mom and the things that, I mean, her grandma and that kind of stuff, I mean, that gets me. But let me just tell you, just give you a brief look into another side of this. In the 80s, I was the operations chief on the campaign against marijuana planting in California. I had the opportunity to literally organize and cut down thousands of marijuana plants. On one particular day, it was a hot summer day, we went into the Kings Range National Conservation Area, which is nothing more than a big park. And right on the edge of it, there was this little house that these people had built, and about 300 plants. And when we came in there with helicopters and jumped out, we had to jump about 15 feet because it was so steep. But when we started securing the area, because back then they used booby traps to try to hurt us. And after we secured it, we found this little 8-year-old boy in that shack, and he could barely breathe. And me and another officer literally gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Thought we kind of had him coming back. We carried him about 200 yards up this hill. We literally had to hold him up to get him into a helicopter, and we rushed him to the hospital. And after that day was over, I went to the hospital to see how he was doing. He died of pneumonia. In Garberville, which is right outside the Kings Range, because everybody smokes marijuana and it's a damp climate, they have the highest rate of pneumonia death in the United States. And most of them are children because their parents smoke marijuana with the children in the room. That's just one experience with drugs. Marijuana is a Schedule I drug. There is almost no medicine that's a Schedule I. Cocaine's a Schedule II. Most prescriptions are Schedule Vs. This stuff is disguised as medicine. It makes you delusional. It is psychologically addicting, and it's physiologically addicting, and it absorbs in your fat cells, which is the most and dangerous drug there is. This is not a drug. It's a poison. Since 1955, the University of Mississippi has studied this, and they found no medicinal purpose for marijuana since that time. It's a joke.
I think we just had it on Wednesday.
That's why I'll be voting against all of these. Representative Smith.
I just have a quick question. Are you moving, or are you questioning?
Oh, I'm still talking?
Okay, good.
Okay. But if you'd like to speak first, that would be fine.